Hi there, welcome to GrainTV. It's Thursday, October 15th. Grains were in a selling mood today. Corn ended the day 3.5 cents down, soybeans 5 1/4, and wheat down 5 3/4 in Chicago. News today was mostly negative to uninspiring, to say the least. Let's start with what we heard out of Egypt. Egypt announced the results of their tender for wheat. All of that business, 240,000 metric tons, went to Russia and Romania. Yet again, the U.S. shut out of any sort of deals on the wheat market. Taking a look now at some of the bigger news, and that is in soybeans, where we've had the widely anticipated soybean crush numbers out of NOPA. The numbers came in a little bit on the light side compared to what analysts were looking for. Analysts were looking for about 129 million metric tons, 129 million bushels to be crushed in September, and we came in at 126.7, so below expectations and sort of at the low side of the range. That is well above last year's number, but remember this time last year we were in such a tight carryout situation that we didn't have much supplies for the crushers to use. So this year a much different animal. We had high crush compared to last year, but a little bit lower than what the trade was looking for. That didn't bode well for the trade session after we sort of heard those numbers. You know, we've been flirting with that 908.5 mark on the daily chart. We talked about that in the last two GrainTVs as being somewhat supportive to the soybean market after Monday's 26-cent rally. We weren't able to hold that today. We saw selling in the last hour and a half of trade. Taking a look at the 5-minute bar chart, you can see that, you know, after trading around 913, 914 range, you know, we pretty much marched lower, closing the day well below 910, somewhere around 908 and 906 range. So again, a sort of sell-off here at the end. Nothing really inspiring the soybean market to continue to hold that gain of 26 cents that we saw early in the week. Let's take a look now at the corn side of the market. And in corn, we had some ethanol numbers. Again, these numbers are not really inspiring the market. The weekly ethanol production numbers were just off fractionally from last week at 950,000 barrels per day, this week at 949,000 barrels per day. This is still above last year's pace, so that's somewhat supportive, but overall we're not seeing, you know, hugely strong numbers. It'll be interesting to see as we progress through the marketing year. Normally we see that peak in production in December, January, after the full set of supplies are on the market. It'll be interesting to see this year if we can make that happen. Farmers seem to be holding a little tighter to corn, as we talked about in terms of basis yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see if ethanol is going to continue to be a strong producer here as we move forward. That's really all we got for today. Stay tuned. Next episode on Friday, we'll be talking about the weekly export sales. Have a great day and good luck trading.